Denver and Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Running back. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They go play action with Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Ravens. 49 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
I know he might be a little winded after that previous long run, but now you're in goal-to-goal situation. That changes what you do defensively, and it worked for them on that play.
Maybe trying to reward him after that long run. We'll see if they go back to him again on the ground. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I got you. Check. Crunch. Check 37. Check 37. 36. 36.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
At the 46-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
We won it. Come to
Throwing is Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll try Michel here running on the right side. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Michel. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's 2nd and inches at the Patriots' 28-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's 57's mine. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the track.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, there to make the grab. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On the ground, Michel. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Michel. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So that... Get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down." They love being physical.
On the ground is Michel. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And once again, the Patriots are back out in front. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Right there in the middle, 55. All day, who's on poker? Just like that. Mike 55, Mike 55. Push it ready.
To throw again, Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Record. Yup. Motion. 55.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Rolling to his right. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Let's go!
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. First down carry, it's Michelle. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
To Michelle on the screen. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stopped. him. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Jackson now off the bootleg. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there, with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. He's coming. Let's go.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay?
True.
So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger physical guys. On this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A give to Michel running right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, you're running out of 87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball. I got one.
Jackson from the shotgun. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go up top. And that's caught inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's got some space here. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On 1st down, Michel. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will get him one closer. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter in Denver. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. Check 31, check 31.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He can run for it, and he will. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Jackson. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Jackson. Steps away. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He's got daylight. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24. Yard line.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
I'm coming after you.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Now a handoff looking right. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Tucker's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Blue down, blue down.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another.